First, asylum seekers have to participate in a credible fear interview, where an immigration officer speaks to them about their experience to determine whether they have credible fear of persecution if they stay in their country of origin. Then they are referred to a judge. In the interim, I work with them to strengthen their case. In order for us to win these cases, what has to be demonstrated is that the person is a victim, italics for emphasis, which is to say, that the asylum seeker has no agency, and is a non-political subject, who cannot participate in effective resistance.
Sometimes what my client considers the primary reason for their seeking asylum is not the one that the court considers as salient. It may only be supplementary material for the story that will get them a strong case, if that makes any sense. Part of our job is to focus on which story is the best one for having an asylum petition granted. Let's say a person is running away from an abusive husband, and that's what my client states in a credible fear interview. But when I work with her, I realize that that was just one element of her life experience. Maybe she was also constantly threatened by gang members for her religious affiliation. But that persecution was so ubiquitous in her community that it was not her primary reason for leaving. On an intuitive level, she may have perceived such persecution as quotidian.
I have to construct a story that focuses on these experiences to strengthen her case, but because the initial story is given an unconscious, psychological primacy as the first story by listeners, judges sometimes perceive these changes in narrative as lying. Even if these accusations are avoided, clients still have to listen in the courtroom as our team reconstructs their identity. They have to become a kind of victim they never thought they were, in order to be considered to be worthy of asylum in the United States. Cause the thing with asylum is not just a question of persecution, it's a question of persecution having to do with religion, or a particular social group, that could be sexual orientation as well. And there is something called family nexus as well.
But not all persecutions fall into these categories. So what's really horrible is that oftentimes, some of the worst stories just have literally no ground for a petition claim. Let's say it's a kid running away from their dad. That doesn't count as family nexus. It doesn't matter if the dad pulled out a knife or beat them. It doesn't count. But a kid who was threatened for being gay, he can still claim credible fear.